following commentary does not necessarily reflect the views of the staff and management of WBCA or the Boston Neighborhood Network. If you would like to express another opinion, you can address your comments to Boston Neighborhood Network, 3025 Washington Street, Boston, Massachusetts, 02119. To arrange a time for your own commentary, you can call WBCA at 617-708-3215 or email radio@bnnmedia.org.
And with my friend, we got him here today. WBCLP 102.9 FM Boston. Boston's community radio station, brought to you by Triad Veterans League in association with BNN, Boston Neighborhood Network. Folks, I got to tell you, I got a guest here today. We're so proud to have him here. They have him back at BNN. Here's a man that's favored. He had his own show. He's going to bring that back. He's doing a lot of work with Triad Veterans League and our theater program, the Oscar Micheaux Family Theater Program Company. He's working to create a YouTube page that you will not forget. He's going to tell you about that. Folks, we got Tyree S. Browne here today. Tyree, welcome. Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you as well,
Yes,
Brother
sir.
Haywood. I'm
Oh,
glad to
man.
be back at WBCA and BNN. So
Yes.
it looks good. I like how the place is looking. You know, it's great seeing Brett again. It's great seeing Glenn. You know, bring back a lot of good memories over here.
Yeah, you brought a lot of good memories here, Tyree.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got to remember that now because you brought people that had never been exposed to, television, radio. You brought them here. You brought so many people to the Oscar Micheaux Family Theater Program. We're forever grateful for your participation in the program. And now you're working on online communications. We're trying to get people to go to our, what's the call letters for that?
Well, the call letters is the Oscar Micheaux Family Theater Program Company on the Facebook. And then we also have the YouTube page by the same name, the Oscar Family Micheaux Theater Program on YouTube. So we have both YouTube and Facebook. And, our Facebook page, I post up information about the cast and talk about our little history, about, some of the key artists, key inventors, everybody in the Harlem Renaissance. If you did something and you was black in the Harlem Renaissance, I promote you on our page, because our history cannot remain a mystery, because we done so much during that era to advance America and American technology that, it's ridiculous that they try to skip that and make us forget about all that good that we brought. Yeah.
Tyree, I want to just commend you again for your strength, your stamina, man, coming back, with your therapy and all of that, because we want people to know that we don't give up.
Oh, no.
We don't give in. We bend, but we don't give in.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And you coming back with that right there, that touches my heart. And to have you sitting here beside me, and I see and feel the energy that's coming back into your psyche.
Yeah.
The things that you're doing now. A lot of people that have challenges, they just lay down. But you're not laying down, you standing up. And that's what we need more of. And so I just want to bring that to our listening audience attention while we go right to our first
Since you want to do all that talking, you can talk in the master's bedroom tonight. People passing by, I see friends shaking hands. Oh, Jesus, walk with me.
Started, they, meaning the white folks, laughed at my plan as I ordered the first cones. Even my own people did not support me at first. It was hard, but I believed in myself. Now look, I'm making our people look good and feel good too. But I could not have done it without God being in the plan. You must always keep God in the plan.
Of hearing people say, let things take their course. Tomorrow will be a different day. I do not need my freedom when I'm dead. I cannot live on tomorrow's bread. It is so good to be home. My mother, God bless her sweet soul, she couldn't even read or write. All she could do was draw the letter X for her signature, and she wanted me to become much better. They blood for me. They'll blood.
If we must die, let it not be like hogs, hunted and penned in a glorious spot. Why not all be mad and hungry dogs making their mark on our cursive loss? New day has come for our people. We must forge educational opportunities for ourselves and others like us. We are a strong race. To be able to read and write will be an important key to our survival. Yes, they are taking off our chains, but our minds are still locked, and education is the key.
So pretty in the sky and on the...
I can't speak no French. I can barely speak English. But as I said, I'm from St. Louis, and we learn young and fast. Merci beaucoup, madame. You know, it's so good to be here, and it's so good to see all of you, my people. I have missed the land of my birth. I learned a lot in Paris, but one thing I've learned, there's no place like home.
Watch them grow. They'll learn more than I'll ever know. And I think
There you go. Talking that publishing the book stuff. Well, who do you think is gonna buy it? You'd be starved by the time you sold one or two.
I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. For his eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches over me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me.
I see trees of green. Singing with the sword in my hand, Lord. Singing with the sword in my hand. Singing with the sword in my hand, Lord. Singing with the sword in my hand. We must use our talents to build our world and not imitate others. I use my talent to sing because it's a way to provide encouragement and hope to those who feel oppressed and without hope. What a wonderful world.
I know some folks that are passing for white. They cross over and come back at night. Some stay and we don't see them anymore. I know they easy being black, but that's what I is. Either you take it or you leave it.
Your sacred mind.
But I said, I'm not trying to get that fake look. I am happy just the way I is. I've been black too long to try to be white. And I'm living a good life. And I stand on it, making it better.
In the sky and on the faces of people passing by, I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're only saying, I love you. I hear babies crying. I watch them grow. They'll learn more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Because I'm going to Hollywood. I'm going to be in the movies, singing and playing my music. They'll be calling my name, Mr. Armstrong. Mr. Louis Satchmo Armstrong.
Injustice, they're to die like a dog or a rat in a trap. I have already determined to sell my life as dearly as possible if attacked. I felt if I could take one lyncher with me, it will even up the score a little bit.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
we got Tyree Browne here today. You know Tyree Browne. Tyree Browne came in and jumped on a character that I'll never forget in the Oscar Micheaux Family Theater Program Company. He played the role of Langston Hughes. Langston Hughes was a man who was determined. Would you say, Ty?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. But the funny thing about it, and I want to share this story too, and it has to do with like theater experience, and you know, like the first time I came on to the Oscar Micheaux Family Theater Program, I was first a stagehand. So I learned the ropes, and I wanted to get back into acting. So I came on. My first role though with the company was Aaron Douglas.
Yeah.
And and this is where my funny moment came in, because I was so passionate being Aaron Douglas. I made a point, and I banged my hand on that table, and the table flipped over. I was so embarrassed, but I kept on moving though.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was
That's
funny.
a theater though.
Yeah. And I remember Shauna, one of our cast members, she played Zora. She's like, "Oh my God!" I tried not to laugh, but I kept on going.
Yeah.
But that part was so funny. But I mean, I was able to move on, and it's just like like one of the lines that Langston said. When you fall down, you pick yourself up and dust yourself off, and that's what I've been doing ever since.
Off,
I'm doing that now. So,
right. I just want to interrupt you, Tyree.
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea here. I just want to let our friends know out there in the world, where we are today in terms of our company and the work that we are doing to raise the awareness of the importance of our history.
Mm-hmm.
Because I noticed that you said something there that our history is not a mystery. So
that's right.
And so saying, I just want to let people know that we are out here trying to make a difference in what we do. Tyree, that was really good. That just came across my mind.
Yeah. But
that,
you know what? The funny thing about it, right? I don't see too many theater companies or, entities around Boston that do theater for like young kids or teenagers. We see them in a lot of sports like basketball. We see them in basketball, baseball, and stuff like that. We see them in a lot of sports, and we don't see them in theater. A lot of them people do dance. I see a lot of dance companies and stuff thriving, but theater is important. And I wish I had that when I was younger, because once I found theater in high school, I started loving it.
Yeah.
And, I didn't want to leave it then. I love being on stage. I like performing in front of people, and it's a good thing to do.
We got some people that a lot of people know.
Yeah.
But also in that regard, a lot of the people that we have came as a direct result of you.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about Minister Ruthenia Tukes from Reverend Borders' church up there on Blue Hill Avenue.
Okay.
Morning Star.
Morning Star, yeah.
We have a Darlene Wynn.
Okay.
From Concord Baptist Church. We have Sister Monica, Anderson Spencer, church in Framingham.
Yeah.
And then we have Marcia Lee.
Yeah.
Marcia Lee Ellis, has performed with us. And most recently we had Sky Forts.
Yeah.
Sky Forts graduated from Emerson College, created, and we've had her on our show.
Okay.
We've had her, and you put her on our YouTube.
Yep.
So what we're trying to do is trying to build, community-based theater. And we need a little help right now, folks. We need people to say, hey, I can do this. We can do this together.
Mm-hmm.
We can't wait around for people to answer the phone and they be looking right at the phone call and the number.
Yeah.
Because that's not how we do things. We want to be appreciated for what we do. Tyree, I cannot say enough about the work that you have done, and your grandmother.
Oh, yeah, and my grandfather. And my father.
And your dad.
My father.
That's a Browne with an E, isn't it?
Browne with an E.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So again, our guest today is Tyree S. Browne. He is a coordinator of our talent. He is also a principal. He's been with us over 15 years. You know, and that's something to think about. When you're involved for the period of time that Tyree has been involved and going through the things that he's gone through, and he's still here, that says something about the quality of how we're teaching each other and reaching each other.
Yeah. Now it's time to move up to the next level. We're gonna really explode in the next year. So
yeah. So, you know, we're going to be talking to our audience, and we want to talk a little bit about the importance of the YouTube page and how you would like people to respond to that, Ty.
the films that you see, the video footage that you see, I have old past shows that I have done on there. Mm-hmm. You know, and I have some of Haywood shows that he have on there with our cast members. Like a lot of us, we do poetry, we sing offhand. You know, we do a lot. You know, we got books. We have a lot of authors. You know, we got a lot of talented people involved in our company.
Yeah.
So there's talent in Boston, and that's one thing that I, Uptown Browne, try to do is promote talent in Boston, because Boston is talented.
We need to do that.
Yeah, we do.
We put more emphasis on it than just talking about it. We are actually doing.
Yeah, we doing it.
Doing the work, man.
Yeah.
You know, and so you coming back, but until you come back, you be here with us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and it's just about bringing it. You know, I'm not too much of a talker. You know, I keep
until
quiet.
You get on the stage.
Oh yeah, when I'm on the stage, I love to perform. I love seeing the audience out there. I don't care if it's just 4 people out there. I'm still performing. You know,
right.
And it's like when I perform, I try to educate at the same time.
Yes.
You know, when I perform, because what I say in those lines are very important. That it's things that we must hear, and that's what this place. That's why I like this place so much, because it's
the Harlem Renaissance Revisited.
Yeah,
a gospel flavor.
Yeah, because it's our history and it's the struggles that we went through then, and we are still going through now, and it shows us how to deal with it and how to persevere and how to rise above the hate. You know?
Yeah. You know, Tyree, one of the things that I'm enjoying is the fact that we have people like Brother Will Spencer and his son Franklin, and Stanley Thompson, Sister Eleanor, myself. You know, we all veterans.
Yeah.
You know, served in the United States military honor.
Yeah.
With honor. And because of you, we got Brother Stanley.
Yeah.
Because of you and the work commitment that you have, we got people that's taking more interest in the production than normally because of your work ethic. You know, quiet but get things done. Now, you are home alone doing the YouTube page.
Yeah.
And what goes through your mind, can I ask you, what goes through your mind when you're doing that? You're looking at the footage from your uncle that you also are editing and things like that. In terms of educating people, what goes through your mind?
It's all about the history, how I grew up with the Harlem Renaissance and that history. When I was a little kid, I was like around 10 years old, because I just came back from Germany. And then, you know, my Uncle Freddie got arrested, so he used to work at BNN. You know, he's a producer, cameraman. He did everything for BNN. But Uncle Freddie brought into my life Paul Robeson. He showed me many interviews, many movies and stuff like that of Paul Robeson. Then I fell in love with Cabin in the Sky. And
That's a great one.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And on top of that, while Uncle Freddie was showing me this stuff, Mr. Harrington was teaching us about the Harlem Renaissance and its history while I was in school, because he was my MECO coordinator. So I'm going to a white suburban school, you know, where they don't really teach about our history from slavery to Martin Luther King. You know, I was saying go. That's how we were in my MECO school. But Mr. Harrington made sure that we had after-school programs and summer camps where we learned about our Afrocentric history, and Harlem Renaissance was a big part of those classes. So I remember waking up every morning and going to the summer camp. And before we did anything, we had to say Mother to Son by Langston Hughes.
Mother to son. Well, son, I tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It had tacks in it, and splinters, and boards all torn up, and places with no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time, I've been climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners, and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you go back now. Don't you sit down on those steps. Don't you fall now, because you find it kind of hard. I still going, honey. I'm still climbing. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair.
Yeah. I'm still climbing.
Yeah, I still climbing, honey. And then when I was chosen to be Langston in the play, and I performed that poem, especially in front of my grandmother for the first time, oh, that was so heartwarming. It was great.
Yeah.
And I just brought it. You know, I brought it to the stage. You know, I could brag now because I did it. You know what I'm saying? So I brought it, you know, and I brought that poem, brought emotion out of that poem. I didn't just say the poem, I said the poem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like, when you perform, you can't just say words. You got to say the words. You got to know the meaning of the words. You got to feel the words and have the audience feel you.
Yes.
And that
say that again. Say that
and
again.
And have the audience feel you.
Yeah. You got to say the words.
Oh, to say the words and feel the words.
Yes.
No, not just say it. Just feel the words.
Right.
You know, the expressions count. You know, everything. And that's why I try to teach some of the people that I'm working with to put out there on the stage, because that keeps the audience involved.
We want to just go back a little bit, Tyree, and talk about a people that did not give up on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They knew that they had a talent.
Yeah.
And they were denied the talent simply because of their skin color.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's very important that we continue to have that kind of conversation for our younger people and to wake up our older people.
Yeah.
You know, because things don't seem to be getting easy. People are denying this and denying that and lying about this and lying about that.
Yeah, and it hurts. And like how we put up in our play and what's basically in life, when the same thing even happened from our own kind, you know what I'm saying? When our own kind does that, it's hard enough, you know, trying to get help from the other people. But when our own kind is in positions to help us and then they want to play games and they'll pick up the phone and stuff like that, it's just like, wow, man, what type of business are you doing?
Yes.
And we get that a lot, and that's what the people in the Harlem Renaissance experienced a lot too, messing with these crooked people, you know, and it's hard, and you have to persevere, but you know what you have to say? Forget them and move on, because there's other ways around.
We just ain't waiting.
Yeah, we ain't just waiting. We ain't, you know?
This is The Other Page, radio, television, radio today, television next week. Our guest today is a man of distinction in the community, Tyree S. Browne. We're so proud of him and him coming back full force doing things. But I want to take a little moment to say something to our veterans out there, because Triad Veterans League is a veterans advocacy group. We advocate that veterans be treated with honor and dignity. We did a survey, a scientific survey 7 years ago with a former cast member, Dr. Joseph Warren. He was an officer in the United States Navy. He was also a teaching professor at Northeastern University. And I had a gut feeling that our veterans were not getting treated right at the VA hospital. And Dr. Warren and another brother that's a veteran historian, along with your granddad, influenced Triad to apply for a small grant to do a survey, a scientific survey to measure the depth of apathy shown towards African American veterans when they go to the VA in Jamaica Plain. And the outcome, listen everybody, the outcome was that there is a lack of cultural sensitivity and that our veterans of color do not trust the care and service providers in Jamaica Plain. Triad Veterans League will be looking forward to submitting another grant proposal to further that survey. Because, you know, people don't understand that when you serve in a military uniform, whether you're in combat or not, you're susceptible to be called to those places and do those duties that require guns, violence. And what that does is that can throw you off balance, and then you begin to stress and worry. And stress and worry can affect your body's organs and their function.
Yeah, and well, I'm going to bring it back to what you said earlier, how the veterans don't trust the caretakers and stuff, because it's a joke. The caretakers, I mean, I'm sorry to say, but you know, when I had my stroke, I've been in a place where where I had to be taken care of, and the people that they hire nowadays are just refugees, and
people from other countries.
Yeah, that don't really know the language and stuff like that, and it's not, and they don't get the care. I know the patients don't get the care
because they're not trained.
Yeah, they're not trained, and they're not trained. So I can see why they don't trust what's going on in the health facilities.
You know, let's just hold that right there, and let's go and let's look at that. Let's look at that.
Yeah.
America is about to celebrate 250 years.
250 years, yeah.
250 years now. You have people that are coming to this country, and they're labeled as immigrants.
Yeah.
How did they become immigrants? I think that the United States went into those countries and exploited those countries, took out their natural resources like they're trying to do now in some places, and left those people broke, poverty-stricken.
Yeah.
So those people, some of them, decided that they were going to come to the place that took their goods
resources,
and get their resources back.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't blame them.
No, it's definitely not something that we're going to blame them. But what the United States is doing now is they're saying that, hey, these people do not belong in this country. They do not belong an opportunity to try to rebuild their lives, even though we took all their natural resources. Because sometimes when you listen to the resident in the doghouse now, he's always talking about people, taking their resources and bringing it to the United States. So we got to understand the dynamics of what is going on here with versus immigration and refugees and all of that. That these people come to this country because they got robbed.
Yeah.
They got robbed.
So we're going to rob you.
Right. And so we're going to get you back. So back to the Veterans Care and Services that we're going to try Veterans League is going to try to apply for an expanded survey. We're also working with a design group to look at lung cancer.
Okay.
Right, we're going to put together a toolkit for other veterans to understand what lung cancer is. That process started with Triad Monday.
So what's going on with your STEM project?
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
We want to talk about meeting a general. Last week when we attended a program at the First Church in Roxbury.
Yeah.
And I made a comment about the horses that were there because it's Thomas Dawson. Is it Dawson?
Dawson.
Okay. That rode during the American Revolution to warn the people in Charlestown, I believe it was, or
Correct.
Boston,
No, Charlestown.
that the British were coming. And I met a general. I can't remember his name.
No, my fault was Lexington. He went to Lexington.
Right. And I met this general, and I began to talk to him about this stamp project that was commissioned by Triad Veterans League, and it was done by Artists for Humanity, which is an after-school program for youth.
Okay.
And the lead instructor, art instructor, now a master artist by the name of Stephen Knight.
Stephen Knight, okay.
Stephen Knight, and the other instructor on staff there was Robert Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Gibbs, and there's one other there by the name of Jason. And they helped these young people put together this exhibit that is now being shown at the Strand Theater, but it's been in other places. And it shows the images of black veterans that starts at the American Revolution and goes up to World War II with the Tuskegee Airmen.
Okay.
So what we're trying to do now is to put together a proposal that will go to the United States Stamp Commission, seeking to create a United States commemorative stamp series out of the paintings that were done by these young people.
Okay.
We're beginning to get letters of support as well as resolutions from City Councilor Ed Flynn. We got letters from city leaders, and we requested letters from other elected officials, and we haven't gotten them to send a letter yet. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to continue to publicize and work with the people in Concord, where the general is from. He wants to do some work with us. And as I said earlier, I talked about the research project around lung cancer.
Yeah.
This meeting that I was at the other day, Tyree, it was a Zoom meeting, but the people that were there were black veterans in high positions from Maryland to Georgia to Texas.
Okay.
And hopefully we're going to put them together and build a broader, wider, stronger proposal team to get our proposal up. And I just want to thank a lady by the name of Odom, Miss Odom. She's a veteran, and she helped collect the signatures. I also want to thank the people that are presently helping me now. Vivian Rogers, a veteran. There's so many people that don't understand that they're pushing back on our accomplishments.
Okay.
But then again, I want to thank you as the grandson of Ralph Francis Browne, with an E, for his work.
Yeah.
Bringing about the leadership voice for veterans. And your grandmother, the work that she has done with her husband and still doing even though he's gone.
Yeah.
We want to thank your family for being a part of the Veterans and Friends of the Gordine Park statue.
Yeah, speaking of which, they have an event down at Gordine Park May 16th.
Right.
And
we're going to have them here next week.
Okay.
I talked with one of the members. I talked with her this morning to get the date and everything so we can talk about that. I want to make sure people know about that.
So I have a question about the stamp project. Now, if somebody want to help you with a signature, how can they do that?
Well, what we're going to do now, Tyree, we're going to reshape that approach. We're going to spend some time up at the Strand Theater where people can come in, and we're going to have the petition there for them to sign.
Okay.
All right? And then we're going to maybe put the petition in a few other places. But the most important thing is to bring about the awareness of the African American veterans' involvement that dates back to the American Revolution.
Yeah.
A lot of them that went to...
It's not about Christmas Addicts getting shot.
Oh, yeah, definitely. First guy to die in the American Revolution.
Yeah, but we had a lot more to do with that revolution than just that.
Yeah, we certainly did. Yeah. And then we're going on to the Civil War.
Yeah.
The 54th All Black Regiment that fought. You know, we're going to talk about the brothers that did the flying, the Tuskegee Airmen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all those things. And what happened was after we did the exhibit, we created a calendar. We had a calendar. We didn't do anything this year, but for the last, let's say, 7 years, we would have a calendar.
Yeah.
And information about the struggle and the selectiveness of how so many African Americans were killed.
Mm.
You know, put into the infantry when they may have been better someplace else, but they didn't do that. They left them right there. You know, so we got all of that to talk about.
And that's good history for our people to know too. You know, that's history we should know because it's kind of happening nowadays too. You know, because history repeats itself.
Right.
Think about the so-called war that we getting ourselves into, and we don't even want to fight.
Right. And I can't understand that, but I can understand it because of the residents in the doghouse and how they think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now they trying to
talk about drafting.
We were talking about taking people's resources.
Mm-hmm.
So they down there with all the oil. You know, so they take that money and there's no telling what they do with it.
Now, did you hear about, you know, that AI is going to be starting to draft people pretty soon?
Using AI as a part of their mechanism?
Yep.
Well, you know, Tyree, I'm not surprised at what they would try to do. But I'm not one to encourage AI.
Nope.
Because if anything is said good by them, I'm thinking it's bad for us. This is the other page, radio. We're here at WBCA 102.9 FM Boston, Boston's community radio station. And we got a man here today, folks. We got a man that's involved in a lot of things. We got Tyree S. Browne. We're going to be right back, folks. We're going to be right back.
Did you know you can listen to WBCA from anywhere in the world? To stream local music and news from your computer or smartphone, just go to WBCARadio.org.
Whatever I did is beyond me.
This is back again, folks. You know, it's just amazing that this technology that we are using now. Tyree's busy working on his, YouTube page, and we're coming a long ways, Tyree. We're coming a long ways, man.
Yeah. I was just laughing at these PCAs. I'm sorry, WBCA, but man, I remember when I was on here, I used to have some of my guests. I used to make my own PCAs, and my PCAs sounded like me. I don't know what's wrong with these. I'm sorry.
Here we go. All right, this is your girl, Black Light Crystal, doing the show, The Black Light Crystal, asking you to tune in to Going Uptown with Uptown Browne every Monday at 8 p.m. on WBCA Radio LP 102.9 FM, Boston's community radio station. Yes. Uptown Browne every Monday. Tune in. You won't be disappointed.
I'm sorry, WBCA. I'm sorry, Brett, but
we're gonna work on that, man.
Yeah, we gotta work on that.
We're gonna work on it, man. They're doing a lot of good things.
They do. They are. I'm real proud of them. I'm proud about how this station looks now. I mean, it's changed so much, and it's so much going on.
They're using a lot of different equipment, man. They're hooking people up. They got an event here for the producers on May the 15th, you know, talking about podcasting and things like that. Yeah. You know, that's something that, you know, as the station grows, the technology grows because of the people that are the technicians and their interest. So I'm really proud. I haven't gotten as involved as I know I should.
Okay.
You know, so all of those things are in my vision, and we're going to have to work with the people here at BNN. You know, because they got the knowledge. It's just that we don't have enough people to come in and support the infrastructure. Your coming back is amazing, and it's really appreciated. I got to say that to you, you know, because you know what we need here. You know, you're not like pointing a finger or any of that. You're just saying that you coming back and your availability will be such that you will be able to help us.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I see a lot of great things happening along, but I see a lot of faults that I know that could be fixed by if certain things happen. Don't like to toot my horn, but I like to increase the value of everything I put my hands on to. So I work hard. I work real hard. I stay quiet. I work hard, and then
I know that.
And like the results show. It's just, my motto is in like going on to that stage. I don't talk a game. I just bring it.
Yeah. And so we're happy to have that kind of spirit involved in what we do, because if you're talking about not having work but got faith, it's not going to work.
Oh, no.
You got to have faith and work. That's a combination.
It's a combo.
You got to have that.
Yes, it is.
People say this but do that, which is nothing. To take up your time, you meet with them, you talk with them, you do a little presentation, they say we're going to get back to you, but they can't get back to you when they want to get back to you, because it's not their vision, it's the person that does the presentation. And also, since we're talking about that, I had the opportunity to work with an infrastructure development team for the Oscar Micheaux Family Theater Program Company, and we were meeting with some educators about bringing our technique into their realm of influence.
Okay.
And they listened. They never got back to us. This is the second situation. So what I'm thinking is that people take it for granted real fast.
That's what they do.
You know?
Especially your own kind.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing about it.
And they talk a lot about solidarity.
Mm-hmm.
Is that with a small S or with no S? I'm looking at them celebrating Women's History Month.
Mm.
And it seems like it's twisted to the point to make men look like they're being, beat up.
Well, that's a propaganda.
Bastion, that's what they call it.
Mm. That's the propaganda that they try to do for years. They try to make us go against each other, black men, black women, make us be at odds all the time because they just put it out there and try to put stuff in people's heads
and we fought together.
Yeah.
We did a lot of things together, but it seems as though they're pushing that back and bringing something else, and not seeing or acknowledging the struggle that men had to go through when they were denied jobs and all of those kind of things to take care of their families. It's not that they didn't want to, it's just that the system was in place to deny them.
Yeah. It's the same game we've been playing all these years.
Yeah. So we got to not wake up and smell the coffee. I think we need to drink the coffee.
Yeah.
Tyree, tell me some other things that you plan to do for the Oscar Micheaux Family Theater Program that hasn't been done before, please. Let our listening audience know about some of the talents that you're going to bring to because you was talking about hip-hop before we had a conversation. Our guest didn't show up, but you was talking about that.
Well, I'm just going to be I'm not going to be on the stage as much anymore as I used to, but I want to take my role more into teaching. I want to teach.
Did you say teaching?
Yeah, teaching.
Okay.
Teaching. I want to, work with, cast members, especially youngins, to show them how to perform on stage, how to move on stage, how to be yourself and have fun on stage.
You can have fun on stage.
That's the thing. That's like I'm doing on this interview, having fun. That's why it's not a stressful situation. I'm just relaxed, talking.
Right.
And that's like performing for theater. When you go out there all stressed and tense and stuff like that and don't have fun with it, that's where all the mistakes happen. But when you have fun with it,
the audience can pick up on it.
The audience can pick up on it. Like, for example, I was watching on our YouTube page. I don't have it on the YouTube page anymore, though, but I was watching one of our plays. And then we was having a party for Langston's return. I was playing Langston. We have to have a party on the stage, You You don't have to be so tense and stressed and dote out. You know, show like you're having fun.
Hit the audience with that.
Hit the audience with it. Let them get involved in it.
Yeah.
So they can be involved in it.
Right, and they do.
Yeah. Yep. And that is the best feeling when you get the audience's response to you having fun on stage with your co-stars.
You know.
Introduce to you the Belle of Paris, the beautiful, the incomparable Mademoiselle Josphine Baker.
So I'm gonna tell you something. Because I'm glad you said that, Ty.
Yeah.
Because I remember when you did the part, and Josphine Baker came up to you and said, "Excuse me, Mister, is this the boat that's going to Paris?" And you played that part, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you didn't say nothing. You didn't say nothing because you was busy, you know, doing your writing and stuff on the stage.
Yeah.
And then she came back again and she said, "Excuse me, Mister."
Excuse me, mister, but is that the boat going to Paris? I said, excuse me, mister.
It's not a boat. It's a ship. It will be setting off for Paris shortly.
And here you come, right? Because the audience is waiting for you to respond to this question.
Yeah, I'm not paying it no mind because a little before that, I was mad because my friend Claude don't want to come to Europe with me because, you know, I want to go to Paris. I want to go to France. I want to do some work out there. I want to get us known out there. You know, I want to show that black people got it.
Yeah.
And you know, Claude said, I'll fight here. You know, I want to fight here. And I was just so mad about that and frustrated that he didn't want to come with me. And then I'm over here, you know, getting ready to leave. And then this little girl come over to me and start bugging me about a boat. I'm like, this is not a boat. It's a ship, first of all. And second of all, why do you want to go to Paris? Like, what? Like, you're a young girl, so why bother me that's trying to do things in Paris with some little humdug stuff?
But Ty, but see, that's the thing that people respond to.
Yeah.
The actor understanding his or her role.
Yeah. And it's all about understanding your partner's role, too.
Yeah.
You know, what your partner's doing. That's why it's good to, you know, when you go putting on a show is to have rehearsals and everybody attend so you can build up repertoire with your partners, like in your scenes.
Yeah. And so let me just interrupt you because folks, Tyree is talking about theater, and we really need to hear that. But theater is also character development for yourself personally.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and would you say that, you know, your attitude about people has been impacted any at all, Tyree, from theater?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My attitude changed a lot. I mean, and it's not with only theater. It's just like in general with performing and stuff like that. It's just like...
Gives you an opportunity, right, Tyree?
Gives you an opportunity. And you just got to shine.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you're going to do something, do it to your best ability. You know, you say you're going to do something, do it. Bring it out. Be the best that you can be, even if you feel. You know, find a different way.
I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you this much. You know, I remember the two of us was riding. And we was up by Morning Star. And we ran into Minister Tukes. Do you remember what happened? We invited her.
Oh yeah, to the company, and then she brought some of her sisters from Morning Star. Yeah. And then they did a great. I mean, with those three singing together, they were so dynamic. It was
the ones that were singing up in the thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, they brought so much soul and so much.
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. They say that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Reverend Tukes is a great addition to our cast and company. I mean, she is a wonderful lady.
We want to let y'all know that we was in Cambridge on March the 28th, and we got some footage, and Tyree and I are going to make sure that we get it back the way it's supposed to be with the sound and everything, so that he can just put it out there on the not only on our website but also on our Facebook and our YouTube. Now, when you watch us folks on our YouTube, we need you not just to like what you see, but we need you to make a comment about what you saw, because that's the way that we will be building, because we are building. That's the way we're going to build this theater program for you and others to appreciate around the world.
Yeah, even if we do a bad job of what you see, so we could try to improve and see where we did wrong at.
And that's important.
Exactly.
That's very important. You know, so when you watch us, don't just say, I like it, when you don't like it.
Yeah.
You know, because we got Stajez, a phenomenon when it comes to dancing.
Oh, yeah.
And making statements, as one of our collaborators of almost 20 years.
Wow.
And they look like Alvin Ailey or one of those performing companies.
In New York, yeah.
They with us, folks. And we got one of the best directors.
And the funny thing about it, I'm sorry, because you was on Stajez. I remember one of the times on my radio show, I had Sophia on my show, and her and her girls were planning on going to do a competition in Paris. So I mean, that's how great Stajez is. So,
and we support that.
Yeah, of course. These young ladies went to Paris in the competition. And matter of fact, I think after speaking to Sophia afterwards, I think they won that competition too.
I know they won in Canada.
Yeah.
And I know that they won at the last week or so at the Y. They came in second place. They got money.
Yeah.
You know, and that's because they apply themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Just like you're working on what you're working on, we do that in the Oscar Micheaux Family Theater Program Company. We work, we talk, but we work.
Yeah.
Because we want you to come in, we want you to appreciate a unique situation where you have veterans that have served in the United States military that are now serving in another role in the community to build our profile as veterans, but also to educate, to entertain, and to empower.
That's right.
That's what we do. We can't just run off without saying something about your dad, Brother Ralph, you know, and the work that he does in the Nation of Islam and the community as a retired person who's never retired. I remember he made a donation to the Oscar Micheaux Family Theater program for our costumes. We want to be a little late, but we want you to know we're acknowledging you and we thank you for that. You know, we thank the Browne family, Browne with an E, for their years of being a part of what we are trying to do.
That's right.
This is the other page. My guest today is Tyree S. Browne. We're talking about veterans and the different roles that they play in the community to bring about a stability and a cultural enrichment based on the work that we do. See, our history is not a mystery. That's why we're performing it. That's why we want people to understand who we are, why we are, and how we are. When it comes to theater, it's culturally enriching, and we want everybody to be rich from knowing their history. Tyree Browne is here today, and I'm so grateful that he's here today, folks, and he's going to be back. He's working on some things now to bring him back into the studio on his own. Of course, if he invite me to his show, I'm going to show up. I got to show up.
And
because,
go ahead. And then when I come back, it's going to be a lot different. Radios may be the same, but I know TV, I got a lot of things in work. So check out some new things that's coming out, new talents. Check it out.
Let me tell you something, folks. I'm so grateful to Tyree and sharing his ability. You know, Tyree, we're going to work with you. You're going to work with us, and we're going to get a TikTok application for Kuda and the Magic Quilt. You know, we're going to grab some of these young people. We're going to sit down and talk with them, be over there at Vine Street, you know, and talking with them, getting them to do the dance and everything. We're going to record those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we're going to also, I was thinking about that this morning.
But you know what show I want you to produce? And I'm really interested now after clearing up all my emails this morning. Oh, my goodness. I don't want to go into that email story, but Can't Go Home. I want you to do that. I really want. I was looking at it.
Like it?
I was looking at it this morning. I was like, yeah, we should do that. You know, just get our realm, and you know, especially we're gonna start recruiting pretty soon.
Yeah. You really like that story, man.
Yeah.
I like it too, man.
Yeah, you know, we could do that. You know.
Stella. That was her name.
Stella, yeah.
Yeah. Can't Go Home doing Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. My man, all right. Sister Eileen, she likes that story too, you know.
Yeah.
She wants to do that.
Yeah, you know, we haven't done, I don't know, since the time that I've been here, we haven't done that. You know, we talked about doing it, but we haven't actually done it.
We gotta pick some more people. We gotta go out.
Yeah, you know, we're gonna go out. We're gonna get more people. That's gonna come. I'm not worried about that.
Right.
But yeah.
You like the story time?
Yeah,
and
it'll be something new. It'll be something new. It'll be something different.
Can't Go Home.
Yeah, it'll be something different out there.
Yeah.
And another thing before we close, because I know time is running out. My dream, I spoke about it earlier, was to perform in Cabin in the Sky. I want to find a play that's written out about Cabin in the Sky, and I want to play Little Joe so bad. I think I could do it.
Who'd you get to play Ethel, though?
Oh,
Darlene?
No. I had, before when I played first came up in mind, I had a lady in mind that I used to go to church with. I mean, she resembled Ethel Water so much, and I know I could resemble Little Joe. I got singing in this raspy voice too, so.
Well, you got one different singing. Rev sing Johnson, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Scotch Mo Armstrong.
Yeah.
Great job.
But Tyree, you know, I don't want to wrap up without again letting you know how important that you are. So theater, not just where we are, but beyond that, you know. And you brought up some things, you know, that we need to do. And I know that we're gonna get it done.
Oh yeah.
You say that you're coming back to the station, you know, to polish things off and help people out. We're looking forward to that because we know you can do that. And we know that we can do that even better together.
Exactly.
And folks, I just want to say that, I'm working somewhat with the Office of the Commissioner for Veterans Affairs for the city of Boston. And it is my intention to work with the Office of the Secretary of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts for veterans. Because veterans deserve to be treated the right way. They deserve because they served.
Yes, they do.
And we're going to be talking more about how do we help our veterans and their families. How do we help veterans get the skills that they need so that they can pay their rent and not be involved in these giveaway programs that are going to run out of money. We want to stabilize our veterans. And I'm going to continue to work to raise the value of their service through our advocacy program, through letting you know that we have veterans that are part of our theater company, that are part of our STAMP project, that are part of our health outreach. We are here for you. We want to thank you again, Tyree. Do you have anything that you want to say to our community as we wind up?
Well, pray for me as I make my return. And I want to thank Mr. Haywood Fennell and the Oscar Micheaux Family Theater for waking me up again. It's time to get off the couch and get back to reality. So it's time to work.
We thank you again, folks, for being our guests. Stress is a mess. Get rid of that. Prayers in order. Our YouTube page needs you. We need your input so we can do more output. God bless you, and thanks for stopping in.